Good evening. We are live from one of the world's most beautiful arenas. This is Falcor Bay. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. And here he is, Bud Terrence Crawford. Sugar.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red.
Well, I hope you brought your... After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He misses with that straight left. Beautiful counter punch. Well, I hope you brought your son. Hold that thought! Crawford is dazed. How is this fight still continuing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That counter shot lands. Catch and shoot. The straight right just misses. They exchange punches. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble. Here's the bell for round 2. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he scores with the counter. They're giving us a high-tempo show. That counter punch caught him clean. There's a counter shot. This counter fighter believes in me. Anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think light. Concentrate.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now, this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Good counter punch. Missing with that right hook. Nice counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talking about Crawford in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the... Beautiful counter shot. let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Good counter punching, and another hook to the body scores. Misses with the straight left. How about that time counter shot? A perfect counter shot. Crawford in trouble. Do you believe this? But Crawford just got knocked down. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can do that all over again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come to me.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Nice counter shot. Say final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Talk about Crawford in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
I love the response though. Got back up, took a deep breath, thought right.
And there's the bell to start round 4. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Well done with that counter shot. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Nice counter. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. In the early rounds of a fight. Oh, wait a minute! Sugar Ray Leonard dazed. How did they not go down?
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Perfect counter lands. Those counter punches have to hurt. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Barry, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen.
On to the 5th we go. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. Nice Muscles are all over the place. And down goes Crawford. And that shot folded him like an old t-shirt.
A shot from the gods took him out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Listen to me. Are you okay?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Pretty good start the first half of this round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or it's a bit of a mousetrap.
Do you believe this? Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8. Let's start the sixth. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength. It's preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
He threw a punch and just got countered. They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Nice counter punch. A perfect counter lands. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Both men step back for just a moment. What a combination. Nice counter shot. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Not sure how serious that cut is, but the referee's going to take a good look at it. To the relief of the fans here, this fight will continue. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Leonard in that last round. That cut is going to cause some serious problems.
My concern is the corner.
Here comes round 7. Can it get any better? What a round we just saw.
What a round. What have they got left? How can you get better than that? That is ridiculous. That's stuff you see on video games.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fight that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Those counter punches have to hurt. They both want a highlight reel knockout. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Sugar Ray Leonard in that last round. Well, the cut man's got some work to do in this corner.
I hope we've got a good cut.
There's the bell to start round 8. What a round we just saw. Let's see what we've got in store for us here.
Good work the last round. Be smart. Don't get too braggadocious. You'll get turned over and walk into the shot, and that's the last thing you want.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
That's another scoring shot. Good counter punching. Through the straight left, but it won't score. That jab misses. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision.